This has been a presentation of ABC News. More Americans get their news from ABC News than from any other source.
WAAY 31 News at 10 starts right now.
A Huntsville man tries to cash a bad check at a bank full of police.
He escapes only to be caught in the most unlikely of places. Good evening, everyone. I'm Don Phelps.
And I'm Erin Dacey. More on the daring fugitive and his capture in a live report.
But right now, your first look at weather. Chief Meteorologist Shane Butler is in with your weather right away.
And skies are still cloudy across the region tonight. Temperatures right at 48. Dew points right there, so that gives us relative humidity of 100% with calm winds. We're going to keep the clouds in here for quite a while. And temperatures shouldn't change all that much until the drier air slips in here. Doppler Force 31 live radar scanning across the region with our 5 radars indicating the precipitation ending to the west. Just spotty precipitation toward the east, and it's beginning to break up and fall apart, and it looks like drier conditions headed our way for tomorrow. So here's the forecast specifically for the valley tonight. Skies will be cloudy, rain ending, temperatures in the upper 30s to low 40s, northwest winds 6 to 12. Tomorrow becoming mostly sunny by the afternoon, high temperatures cool in the mid 40s. I'll pinpoint the weather for your day tomorrow with exclusive Futurecast that's coming up in just a bit. Don, Aaron.
Thanks, Shane. A check fraud attempt is foiled at a local bank.
The alleged criminal tries to pass a bad check at a branch with a police station inside. WAAY 31's Allison Finch joins us now from Huntsville.
Allison, the bank says Huntsville police were just right out in front.
That's right, Don. You can see it behind me, and that's because Huntsville police rent space in this building. Now, I would think that sign would be enough to ward any criminal off, but the bank says Chris Kowalczyk came here not once, but twice to cash stolen checks. Now, he got away with it yesterday, but today the bank nabbed him with some help from their tenants. An ordinary day for DARE officer Dave Anderson would be reading essays or teaching students about the dangers of drugs. But this day was totally different.
While working up here at the office, one of the employees here at the bank came up here and said that she believes there's a gentleman downstairs who's about to pass a stolen check.
Colonial Bank tellers recognized the man from the day before. It was then he came through the drive-in window and allegedly cashed a stolen check. Now he reappeared in the same place to cash another check.
As I approached the vehicle, he got out and ran from the vehicle.
Officer Anderson chased Kowalczyk down the road to Presbyterian Apartments and called for backup. Police found the suspect inside.
And soon we found him crawling around in the laundry chute. And somehow he got himself stuck in there and broke one of his feet, I guess, broke a foot.
But what surprised Officer Anderson the most is that Chris Kowalczyk would allegedly try to cash a bad check at a bank with live-in cops.
It really surprised me because we have our police cars parked in front of the bank, and you would think that any criminal would recognize there's police officers here and he'd try to do something else somewhere else as opposed to where there's a police officer on duty.
DARE officers here tell me no one has ever tried to commit any type of financial crime or fraud here at this bank branch. The most they've ever had to deal with was fender benders in the parking lot. Live in Huntsville, Allison Finch, WAAY 31 News.
You know what? In this case, truth is definitely stranger than fiction. Thanks, Allison.
Thanks, Allison. Well, it has been talked about for years, and finally we have an idea of what it will look like. A $25 million study is complete, and the results show a preliminary route for the Memphis to Atlanta highway. WAAY 31's Tim Trudell has more on this proposal. Tim?
Thanks, Don. Now, if you live almost anywhere in our viewing area, you'll want to pay attention to this story because more than likely it'll affect the way you get around. Alabama's Department of Transportation is taking a major step toward creating a Memphis to Atlanta highway.
We had hoped this would be done in 5 or 7 years, but here we are, and we can smell this happening now.
The controlled access highway would run through Tuscumbia, east through Lawrence County, briefly onto I-65, then to 565, and into Huntsville to feed further economic development.
This is extremely important for North Alabama, and in my opinion, is the most important issue for our economic future.
The road then follows the Arsenal, then jets east, south of Fort Payne and into Georgia. That's 163 miles in Alabama. The exact route is expected to be announced next summer. Then it will need federal approval before a final design is complete and the bills can be paid.
It's going to depend, though, on the ability to get some extra funding from Congress. And we have a strong congressional delegation, and they've been very successful in doing that thus far.
The project's expected to cost $2.2 billion, and planners say it'll need some help from Washington.
Look, I'm on the Appropriations Committee now. That's the committee that designates funding. Our delegation is well represented on both sides of the Hill, the Senate side and the House side.
When can I start driving on it, and what are you going to call it?
I don't know, 15 to 20 years, and I'm sure the local people will find something to call it.
Now, if everything goes along as planned, we could start seeing construction on 5 to 10 mile sections of the highway in several years. Reporting live, Tim Trudell, WAAY 31 News.
Thank you, Tim. With the holiday season right around the corner, police gear up for a rash of crime. This time of year, crooks prefer to target your home. WAAY 31's Adam May joins us live from the newsroom. And Adam, it makes sense since it's peak travel time.
Yeah, that's right, Aaron. Every year, thousands of homes are broken into all across the valley. A lot of the break-ins will happen during this holiday season between Thanksgiving and Christmas. The good news is there is plenty of simple things that you can do to protect your belongings.
These are Madison City police officers disguised as home burglars. With the help of WAAY 31 News, they're putting together an informational video explaining the benefits of forming a neighborhood watch group.
Without it, it's a 50-50 shot. If an officer happens to be driving by, happens to see them go in your house,
I think we can get to this back gate.
You know, if we don't see them. If the neighbors next door see them, they got a lot better chance. You know, 100% better chance if they're looking out their window to see them than an officer in your area.
Most crooks target homes when you're not around. That's why police say a neighborhood watch program can be so effective. If you don't have neighbors, police have other suggestions to keep your property safe. Statistics show if a burglar can't get into your house within just a few minutes, they'll leave.
Let's try this door here. It's locked.
Besides for the obvious of locking doors and windows, alarm systems can help buy that extra time. And here's some other police tips. Get lights that turn on by motion detectors or timers. Keep the shrubs around your house trimmed so thieves don't have a place to hide. And consider getting a dog. Experts say they work. During the holiday season, if you're going to travel, here's some extra information you need to know to keep your home safe. Have someone get your mail. And don't leave a message on your answering machine that says you're out of town. Also, see if a neighbor can pull your trash to the curb on collection day. Most police agree these tips work, but the best thing you can do is tell others to watch your house. Those alert eyes and a call to 911 can stop thieves dead in their tracks and help police keep your stuff secure.
And if you'd like some information on Neighborhood Watch, you should call your local police department. Most of the major cities across our viewing area do have some sort of a program available. Live in the newsroom, Adam May, WAAY 31 News.
Some very good tips. Thank you, Adam. The report cards are out. Not the ones your children take home. This time, it's your child's school that's being put to the test. WAAY 31's Don Phelps covers education. He's in with the highlights of the state's school report card. Don.
Well, Aaron, the State Board of Education is putting out these report cards in every school and every system. Parents will receive them later this month, but they don't have to wait that long. You can log on to our website at waaytv.com for a link to all the information. Now, if you don't have a computer or you don't feel like surfing the net tonight, here are a few of the highlights from a few of our schools. Overall, Huntsville City schools averaged a B+, Madison County an A-, and Madison City an A for the second year in a row. Among the city high schools, Grissom High received the highest marks with an A. Across the board, Johnson received the lowest mark with a C-. One of the big surprises, while New Hope High School received an overall B, they failed when it came to the dropout rate. It is estimated that more than 35% of their ninth graders will leave school before they graduate. And one other surprise, while Madison City received an A, they earned a D- for student spending. It spends a little bit more than $4,400 per student, while Huntsville spends a little bit more than $6,200 per student. What does all that mean? Well, the superintendent for Madison City Schools says parents are getting a lot for their money. Aaron?
That's good to hear. Thank you, Don. The vote recount cliffhanger continues in Florida. Today, a Florida Supreme Court ruling gave the go-ahead for counties to do hand recounts. Bush aide James Baker calls the ruling unimportant. Meanwhile, Gore campaign chairman William Daley calls it a victory for those who want to see votes counted clearly and fairly. Teams of election workers are counting ballots by hand in Palm Beach County. They'll work till midnight and then return tomorrow morning. For the latest on the Florida recount, log on to our website at waaytv.com. Ever dream of becoming a millionaire? Well, if you drop by Bill Hurd Chevrolet and register, you could become one.
Yeah, tonight 3 people will be chosen from entries and we have a chance to be the finalists in our Bill Hurd WAAY TV Millionaire Contest. If you see your name, you need to call in now.
The first caller in at 1-877-799-9229, extension 236, will be one of our 64 finalists. If you haven't yet registered, go by Bill Hurd Chevrolet before November 28th. Well, it's not always easy getting your children to eat healthy.
Oh, that's for sure. But a new vitamin supplement claims to make it easy as eating candy. But the Gummy Bites offer proper nutrition. Find out on Does It Work Thursday.
Floodwaters rage across South America, leaving a trail of destruction. More on the fatal flooding in news around the world.
And tonight, skies are clearing across the valley, but could snow be entering the forecast? Chief Meteorologist Shane Butler has your exclusive Doppler Force 31 forecast next on WAAY 31 News live at 10.
Now, Chief Meteorologist Shane Butler, an exclusive Doppler Force 31.
A soggy day across the valley, but that rain's beginning to taper off, and the colder air is poised just to the north and west of us, and that's going to move in here overnight and during the day tomorrow. Let me pinpoint the weather with our exclusive futurecast here, indicating where the heavy rainfall will be occurring, which way the winds are blowing, and so far out ahead of this front that's moving through the region, they're out of the south and east, but behind it, the winds will change over to the north and west, and that's what brings in the cooler, drier air that you're going to feel tomorrow. Overnight, here we go, the rain ending and moving on out of the region. The skies should start to decrease in cloud cover back toward the region, and as tomorrow morning, we should see breaks in the clouds and that clearing out during the day. It's a blustery day with those northwest winds at around 9 to 18 miles per hour. And toward tomorrow afternoon, as we get off work and get ready to head out for the evening, looks like skies will be clear, temperatures on the cool side in the 40s. And then tomorrow night, we're still clear skies. The winds will die off just a little bit, and it's going to allow the temperatures to really drop off into the mid to upper 20s. Let's check out Doppler Force 31 live radar at this hour. Precipitation, again, tapering off. We're seeing that with our 5 live radars here that we have networked together. These are TV radars that paint a picture for the region, and we have it on our 300-mile scan there. And you can see it's spotty as you head over toward the region. So the heavy rainfall's gone, but not before dumping a pretty good soaking across the valley. Rainfall amounts just under an inch, so that's a good amount of rain. We need it. We've been dry for quite some time. Check out these numbers. We're in the 40s. Dew point's right there as well. So 48, the temperature and dew point give you a relative humidity of 100%, and the winds now out of the north and west at less than 10 miles per hour. Here it goes. Look at all that moisture headed toward the east. Problem now is we've got these clouds lingering back behind that, and it may take a little while in the morning to break those up, but they should go away by definitely the afternoon as the cold air comes in here during the day tomorrow and tomorrow evening. But as we approach Saturday afternoon, it looks as though this disturbance develops down here to the south and west. Cold air is already in place here. You throw a little moisture on top of that, you get a cold rain, and it may be near the freezing mark, so we may get some wintry precipitation Sunday morning in the form of some snow. Not looking like a big deal for us, but at least it's something we'll have to watch carefully for Sunday morning. Let's check out the forecast then for the remainder of tonight. Skies cloudy, the rain ending. Overnight lows into the upper 30s. Northwest winds at 6 to 12. For your day tomorrow, becoming mostly sunny, I should say. Temperatures topping out in the mid to upper 40s. Here's the 5-day forecast. The numbers for highs staying into the 40s, and it looks as though excuse me, overnight lows dropping off into the 20s and 30s, and it looks as though we'll get some wintry precipitation there for Sunday. I should say for the Alabama-Auburn game, or Auburn-Alabama game, Alabama-Auburn game.
Now, there you go. You're trying to start something.
Whatever you want to say. I mean, we'll say temperatures toward game time about the upper 40s to low 50s. And by the way, there was something on your back there. Look what was on your back, Aaron. Only one person could have done that.
And we all know who that is.
Always up to
He is such a troublemaker.
You have had this on your back all
he's
night.
so innocent.
Yeah, he comes across as so innocent, but he is a devil.
It's been on your
It
back.
belongs on Don's
Yeah,
back.
you can go ahead and leave it on my back. I don't mind.
He is an Auburn fan.
I'll wear it all the way home.
Okay.
Thank
Hop on
you.
my John Deere tractor. Oh, 2 planes crash in midair tonight. Investigators look for clues. The latest in news around the world.
And they look like candy, but the label says they're vitamins. Will Gummy Bites give children the stuff they need? Does it work Thursday? Next on WAAY 31 News Live at 10. Parents, do you have trouble getting your children to take their vitamins?
Well, there is a new variety that just might do the trick. Karen Peterson joins us now for Does It Work Thursday.
And Karen, parents aren't necessarily sold on this product.
No, they're not, but I'll tell you what, kids are sweet on these new supplements. They are called Little Critters Gummy Vites, and they're shaped like little bears. But some parents wonder if they're too much like candy to do a growing kid good.
I want to play!
Ryan Thomas is like most 5-year-olds. He's cute, fun, energetic, and when it comes to vitamins,
usually doesn't like most supplements, so it's very hard for me to get him to eat a supplement or take a supplement. And
that worries parents like Deborah, who want to make sure their kids are getting all their ABCs.
I'm always concerned about them not getting what they need.
Ryan tried a Little Critters Gummy Vites for us. His reaction to the bear-shaped vitamins...
Is that good, Ryan?
Yeah! But Deborah's a little confused by the candy-like supplements.
I would worry if it had more sugar than nutrients in it.
When it comes to kitty vitamins, pharmacists say consumer confusion is understandable. After all, parents have so many brands to choose from.
Some children will like one, and then another brand they'll just totally hate and refuse to take it.
Gary Bogus is a pharmacist at Probst Drugs. He analyzed the Little Critters for us.
It has all the essential vitamins that a growing kid needs.
For example?
It's got plenty of A and C, and it's got all the B vitamins and some of the trace minerals.
How about the sugar?
There's really not a lot of sugar in it.
So Mom, relax. Little Critters Gummy Vites can supplement your child's diet.
Those are good.
But kids, you might want to remind your parents they get the grown-up stuff.
Little Critters Gummy Vites gets a way to go. They cost about $5.50 for a 1-month supply. They are available at Walmart pharmacies. Bogus did say the supplements come up short on calcium, so you better make sure your child gets plenty of dairy products if you choose to go with Little Critters. If you have an idea for Does It Work Thursday, please pass it my way. 533-3131, extension 294. If you'd like to call, Peterson at WAAY.com if you prefer email. I'd love to hear from you.
Off camera, Greg is now guzzling the gummy bites. And
Give them back. Poor Ryan was going to get the rest of these. Ryan, I'm sorry. They're almost gone. The big kids in the newsroom devoured them.
Food. It doesn't matter if it's vitamins, do not last in the newsroom.
Bad newsroom, big kids.
Good story. Appreciate it, Karen.
Well, a grisly discovery is made in Arkansas. 2
restaurant employees are found dead. The full story in news around the world.
The tornado blows into town for a little hockey. Greg Screws has highlights in sports next on WAAY 31 News live at 10. 2 planes collide in midair.
The fatal crash topped news around the world. The FAA reports an F-16 military jet and a civilian Cessna rammed into each other, creating a massive fireball. Amazingly, the Air Force pilot was able to parachute to safety. The pilot of the Cessna is presumed dead. The exploding wreckage sparked a brush fire. Firefighters remain on the scene working to contain the blaze. Tonight, investigators continue to look for a cause.
Massive flooding kills 3 people and leaves thousands of residents homeless. Tonight, the Venezuelan president has declared a state of emergency. 10 states are included in the danger areas. Rivers have spilled onto the streets. Mudslides have buried entire neighborhoods. As soon as the waters recede, the country will pull together and rebuild.
An Arkansas Pizza Hut employee makes a shocking discovery. 2 of the restaurant's employees lying dead from gunshot wounds. Police say the 2 were killed during an apparent robbery. Investigators say they have few leads, but nothing solid.
Amtrak debuts its new high-speed train. The maiden voyage started in D.C. It stopped in New York and continued on to Boston. The Acela Express is expected to reach 135 miles per hour during a 2-hour, 28-minute trip to New York, a record-setting pace for American rail service. Greg Screws joins us now with sports.
Yeah, and I understand there's going to be a little game in Tuscaloosa this weekend.
You know, I was going to play some golf, but Shane tells me it's going to be cold, so let's just work that Alabama-Auburn thing. Maybe do some of that. Yeah, we'll check in with the latest from that. Also, the Huntsville Tornado takes on the best-named team in professional sports, the Making Whoopee. We'll check the highlights, and we'll see who was making whoopee down at the VBC. Thanks for watching sports on WAAY 31, live at 10.